I love Unfriended, and there's just no reason. I just love it, and there's people that hate it, and I don't understand why. This movie is so entertaining. There's so much drama. There's a ghost that gets revenge. She's messy. Like, what else can you want from a scary movie that really isn't supposed to be taken that serious? In my opinion, this is why I like to call Unfriended my favorite horrible horror movie, because a lot of people have a lot to say about it. So I just want to explain the plot of this movie so that maybe you guys can see what I see. Okay, so the movie starts off with Laura Barnes. She's holding a weapon to her face to self-exit, and this is all being recorded on video. And so she does end up taking her own life, and the reason why she does this is because there was this embarrassing video that was posted of her online. And the person watching this video is our main character, Blair. So in the middle of her watching this, her boyfriend Mitch ends up calling her, and they're on FaceTime. And so they start getting a little freaky role-playing, and he has a knife, and he's like, "Take off your clothes before I take it off for you," waving a knife around. And she finds that hot. To each their own. If you went to knife play, you went to knife play. Who am I to judge? But yeah, they're doing that, and she tells him that she wants prom night to be the night that he takes her V card. And so he's like, "Okay, bet, period, let me know what I'm getting, or let me see what I'm getting." And so she's about to take her clothes off and stuff, but then their friends, a group of their friends, end up calling. And so he's like, "Don't answer, obviously, because we're doing what we're doing." They decline, but the call gets answered anyways. In this call is Adam, Ken, Blair, Jess, and Mitch. And there's some blank icon that's also there. And they're like, "Oh, was y'all doing like a three-way on Freaky Three-Way or something? What's going on?" And Blair is like, "No, this person came in with y'all." So they're like, "Okay, we need to get rid of this person. Obviously, let's just hang up and call back." But the icon is still there. And also on the side, Blair is texting Mitch like, "Why did you answer the call when we were, having a freaky FaceTime?" He tells her that he did not answer the call. Anyway, so as their friends call again, the icon is still there, and at this point they're just very playful. They don't really care. Also, there was a point in time when Blair was trying to call Mitch alone, and he was answering, and so she asked about that too, and he tells her that he done got a message from Laura Barnes, the girl that took her life a year ago. And Blair is very skeptical about this until she gets her own message from Laura Barnes, and Laura texts her on some like, "What are you watching, Blair?" Mind you, she was watching her self-exit video, and so she responds back like, basically, whoever is on her account, this is messed up because she's dead, and all that stuff. So the friends, they call each other again, trying to get rid of this icon once more, but it's still there. So at this point they're just like, whatever, it's probably a glitch or something. The only person that's very skeptical and anxious is Blair at this point, because she did receive a message from Laura Barnes. And then also, to make it worse, Mitch tells her that today is the anniversary of her death, which doesn't make it any better for her. And then he sends her a link. Basically, it's like a website or passage that says like, "Don't answer messages from the dead," which they already did. So then she decides to report the account. So basically, it's this website. You basically just got to prove that the person is deceased by sending an article about their death. She copies and pastes the link, but then it changes to I got her," over and over again. And at this point, she can't even unfriend her when she's trying to. And so after she refreshes her page, she's finally able to unfriend Laura Barnes, but Laura is not happy about that, and she's like, "You should have not done that, girl." So in this group chat, there was talk about maybe Val being behind some of this stuff. So Val ends up joining the group call. So they're all talking and all that stuff. Then Jess ends up posting these crazy pictures of Val on her Facebook. She's like drunk, she has a bong, she's inebriated, incapacitated. It's a lot. And so Val is pissed off. She's like, "Girl, what the F? Why would you post these videos and photos of me on your Facebook?" And Jess is like, "I didn't post those." She's like, "Girl, it's on your page. You posted, it's on your page." And she's like, "I did not post that." And so they're going back and forth arguing, because she's like, "Delete that, bitch." And Jess is like, "Bitch, who are you? Who are you talking to? I will beat your ass." And and then Blair is like, "Guys, we are not ghetto. Let's not fight about it." And so eventually Jess is able to help her. She's able to help her by deleting the pictures off her Facebook. But then Adam posts the same pictures on his Facebook. And so Val is like, "What the fuck? Like, I was just arguing with her to get rid of them, and now you're gonna post them on your Facebook." And Adam is like, "I didn't post those." He's laughing, but he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't post those. I don't know what's going on." So then in the little message thing in the group chat, Jess types, "You deserve it, bitch," to Val. And Val is like, "Oh, okay, oh, okay. And Jess is like doing her nails, and she's like, okay, you're trying to pretend that you didn't just type that by doing your nails. And Jess is like, girl, I'm literally doing my nails. I didn't type anything. And then Val ends up posting about Jess that she fucked the whole football team. And Jess is like, really, Val? Really? And Val is like, I did not type that. I don't know what's going on. So there's just like chaos because things are being said. They're denying they're saying it. And then Blair types that she's taking Jess' side. She says, I'm on Jess' side. And so Val is like, oh my God, Blair, you're just going to take her side, blah, 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 blah. And Blair is like, I didn't type that. I don't know what's going on. I didn't type that. And so Val's like, well, if you didn't do it, then who did? And then the Blake icon responds, I did. And they go silent. It's coming from the name Billy, and Billy is linked under Laura Barnes' account. And so they're like, okay, let's pause for a second. Who is trolling us? Is this like a brother wanting to get revenge, or like a troll? And even when they decide to threaten this person, they don't really care. They're just really creepy about it. And so Mitch is like, okay, everybody put your hands up. Let's see who's doing this. And so they all have their hands up, and the person types again. So now they know it's not any of them. And then Billy tells them not to hang up. And so after that, she ends up sending something to Val that freaks her out. We're not shown what it is, but whatever she has is something that Val doesn't want exposed. And she's like, okay, you're threatening me. You're trying to blackmail me. I'm calling the police on you, ho. So she calls the police, and while on the phone with the police, she ends up leaving the group call. And so they're like, okay, we get it now. Whoever this is someone that is just trying to get revenge on Val because Val is an evil person and she deserves what's ever happening to her right now. So they're about to hang up. Mystery is solved. But then Blair is like, oh wait, I just got a link. And so she clicks on a link, and it's a screenshot of messages between Val and Laura Barnes. And basically Laura was asking Val like, hey, there's this embarrassing video of me that's being leaked, and if you posted it, can you please delete it? And Val tells her, oh, here's an idea for you. How about you take your own life? And the friend group are just like, oh my God, Val, you terrible person. How could you? Spoiler alert, they're all terrible in their own way. So, the only person that isn't really like that is Ken. Ken is like, Laura Barnes was a terrible person. She deserved what happened to her. Fuck her. And Blair, she doesn't really agree with what the things he's saying about her, because it presumes and it appears that Laura and Blair, they used to be close once. And so she doesn't like what he's saying about her. And now Blair wants to hang up, but then she gets a message from Laura Barnes telling her that if you and your friends hang up, you're all gonna die. So then suddenly Val comes back, but she's frozen. She's frozen, but her phone is ringing and her phone is moving while she's not. I thought that was creepy because I'm like, girl, what's going on? They're like, what's going on? We can see her phone moving, but she's not moving. And then she suddenly drops to the floor. And so they're freaking out, like, oh my God, what's going on? And so they end up calling the police to send the police to her house. And simultaneously, Billy is in the chat talking about, Val, take your own life. So the police come, they find her body, and they rule it a self-exit. And also they were trying to get the police attention from the computer, but the police didn't see them and they hang up. Laura Barnes sends them all an individual link of something that can be exposed, and she tells them like, I want to expose your secret. I want to be messy. And so Blair clicks her link, and it's a picture of her in bed with Adam. Mind you, her boyfriend is Mitch, and Mitch's best friend is Adam. And this person has a lot of control over their computers, because even like when they try to mute, the person can unmute them, okay? And so she's like, I want to play a game. So Ken is like, okay, I have a good game, bitch. And the game was basically like, he was giving them directions to get this hardware or something like that would help kick Billy / Laura Barnes off. And so for a while it works, and they're all excited and playful, like, oh my God, yes, Ken, you ate. So then Adam decides to call the police again. He tells them about how they were just being trolled by this person who probably in some way has something to do with what happened to Val and stuff. But the operator is really weird. I mean, she's talking about like, don't hang up, sounding all cold and weird and ghostly. And so he's like, fuck, because Laura Barnes hacked the operator or something, and so he was actually talking to a form of Laura Barnes. So then Laura Barnes, she appears back on camera, or back in the chat, but she also appears on camera. And where is she? She is in Ken's house. Because he moves, she moves with him. Yeah, and so they're like, oh my God, Ken, she's in your house, it's coming from you. So he goes to look for the source, he finds it, and then he freezes when he is spotted on her camera. The next time he is shown, he is shoving his hand in a blender and they're like freaking out. Which, does anybody remember this always being like spoiled on the trailers? Yeah, so we seen this coming. When he put out that blender in the beginning, we saw it coming. So now they're all beyond terrified and they're asking her like, what do you want? She wants to know who leaked that video of her that, you know, caused her to take her own life, because in the video she was really drunk and she was passed out and she ended up using the bathroom on herself. And I mean number 2, not number, maybe both. But yeah, she wants to know who leaked that. It said in order to become clear of a spirit's wrath is to basically confess what you did. So they need to fess up who leaked the video in order to have forgiveness, maybe not forgiveness, but just atonement from the wrath of Lord Barnes. In general, after the video was leaked of her, they all collectively were doing terrible things and saying terrible mean things to her. And Blair is texting Laura privately, basically saying like, oh, we're sorry, we're good people, and we were only making alt account and fake accounts making fun of you because everyone else was doing it. Even though that's not really an apology or an excuse, she's really trying to get on Laura's good side. Obviously our girl Laura is not trying to hear that, and so she's like, let's play a game of never have I ever. However, the twist is this: whoever loses dies. So the first one is, never have I ever started a rumor that Blair has eating. Ooh, am I allowed to say that with all those like new things? A ED. I'm just call it an ED. I'm gonna block out that word. And Jess puts her finger down and Blair is like, oh my god, girl, how could you, I eat, I was just full, I eat. Mind you, they're supposed to be friends, so this is where Laura is her messiest. And then she's like, never have I ever crashed Jess's mom's car and never told her. And Blair puts her finger down and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, girl, I'm sorry. And Jess is like, oh my god, girl. I'm sorry with the voices. Jess is like, oh my god, girl, what the fuck? Okay, so then never have I ever made out with Laura Barnes. And Mitch puts his finger down and he's like, it was one time, we were drunk, she kissed me, I pushed her off. And Blair is like, okay, it's cool, let's not turn on each other. So then she says, never have I ever sold out Adam for selling tree, as in not actual tree, as in the tree puff inhale tree. And Mitch puts his finger down and Adam is pissed. He's like, oh my god, my dad almost disowned me, how could you snitch on me? And Mitch is like, I would have done the same thing if the tables were turned. Like, basically, I don't know what he was trying to say to justify snitching on his friend. So then to put icing on the cake, she's like, never have I ever stolen $800 from Adam. And Jess puts her finger down, and so he's like, oh no. He's just like, whoa, what's going on? he's mad. Because like, okay, for one, you snitching on me and y'all stealing from me. And so at this point, the game just takes a whole different turn. Oh, also, mind you, at this point, Blair is texting Mitch on the side, basically saying like, hey, we need to keep Adam calm. We need to not make him mad. Please stop. Don't tempt him and argue with him. So Laura Barnes says, never have I ever tried to sacrifice Jess to save the rest of the friend group. And this is when Adam was like trying to gaslight all of them, like, y'all need to fess up. Y'all need to fess up. Who did it for like a whole 2 minutes, just for him to turn around, put his finger down, because it was him the whole time. And her like, oh my god. Jess is crying and she's like, oh my god, how could you? So again, they're arguing again, and Blair is like, oh my god, please don't make him mad, don't make Adam mad. Adam is like, fuck y'all, I got one for you. Never have I ever had sex. Blair is freaking out. She's like, oh my god, what's going on? What are you doing? He tells Jess, he's like, you only have to put down one finger, not 12. And she's like, fuck you. So Jess and Adam, they put a finger down, obvi, but the timer is still going off. And he's like, hey Laura, why is the timer still going off? Well, they're not calling her Laura, they're calling her Billy. He's like, hey Billy, why is the timer still going off? And Blair is crying and she puts her finger down and she's like, I am so sorry, Mitch. She's crying. Or I said that. She's like, I am so sorry, Mitch. Because mind you, if you remember in the beginning, she had told him that she wanted her first time to be during prom. And he is confused. He's like, what? Adam isn't done because he says, never have I ever fucked my boyfriend's best friend. And Blair is screaming. She's like, Adam, what are you doing? Mitch is like, he's surprised, he's upset, and Adam is like, fuck you, Blair, I don't give a fuck, we all about to go down. Because now is when like Mitch is mad, and he's like, all right, Adam, never have I ever roofied Ashley Dane. And then Adam has the nerve to be like, really, bro? He's like, oh, really, bro? You really gonna do me like that? You really gonna air my business out? Like, he did not just admit to fucking his girlfriend. Mitch is like, and never have I ever forced Ashley Dane to get a abortion. And Adam is nonchalant. He's like, man, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, bro. Really? It's just chaotic. I don't understand how anybody could not like this movie. It's just too much going on. So while they argue like this isn't a life or death situation, Laura decides to take advantage of the situation again. And she plays the video of Adam and Blair having sex. And she's like, Blair's like, please don't watch, Mitch. Please don't watch. But he's watching. I mean, he looked crazy. He's watching because he is like sick on the inside. And then Adam gets faxed to paper, so does Blair. And Mitch is like, oh, what y'all get? And they aren't allowed to show the other friend group what they have. But Mitch is like, oh yeah, no, hell nah. There's too many secrets going on. If you don't show me what's on the paper, I'm gonna leave and let Laura kill me. And Blair is like, please, you don't want to leave and you don't want me to show you because, you know, I can't show you. I just can't. He's like, show me or I leave this group chat. And so she shows him, and the paper basically said, like, if you show this paper, Adam is going to die. And so Adam ends up taking his own life. And also, when he does that, his paper is shown, and it said that if he showed his paper, that Blair would end up dying. So after that, it's Jess's turn. Like, she's being targeted next because she not defecated. What is the word? Hold on. She defaced Laura Barnes' grave. And I honestly think that is 100% a textbook way to have a spirit mad at you. Like, you're better off playing with a Ouija board. And so Blair knows that Jess is about to be the next one to die. And so she's trying to get help from her. And so she goes on one of those like talk to strangers app, like Omegle. She finds a girl after a whole bunch of crazy skips, and the girl calls police and gives them Jess's location. But yeah, it's too late for Jess because she then has a hot curling iron shoved down her throat and she dies. So now it's just Blair and Mitch. The game isn't over yet, and Laura Billy, she posts like, never have I ever posted that video of Laura Barnes drunk. And the two of them are like, we didn't do it. It wasn't us, Laura. It was not us. Laura also starts a countdown. And so she is texting Blair on the side, basically telling her like, hey, I know you're a good person. I know you didn't do this. You need to stop protecting Mitch and tell me that it was Mitch who did it. And so Blair admits that it was Mitch. And so Mitch takes that knife that he was using for role playing and he puts it in his eye. He is no longer here with us, the character. And so with that, the timer is still going on, and Blair is just like, I don't get why are you doing this, like. And so she's going through their old Facebook posts like, we were so close, remember? And she's showing her pictures of them when they were kids, and she's like, look at us, just look at us. The timer goes off and Laura plays her the video of her drunk. So what we don't see is after there's recording of her using the bathroom herself, Blair flips the camera and it's her. She's laughing, talking about, oh, I got her. And so with that, Laura Barnes come in physical form and attacks her. There's a lot to unpack here. First off, Blair was the fakest of all because, girl, you know she's a ghost and you know she has all these crazy low powers and stuff. Did you really think that she would believe that it wasn't you? Did you really think she didn't know the truth? If she knows all this other stuff about you, if she knows that I'm about to get mad, she knows that you fucked your boyfriend's best friend. You don't think she know that you did that you leaked that video, girl? And you know what? At first, I was going to sit and say that Mitch was the most innocent out of all of them. But at the same time, he knew that his best friend had roofied a girl. And if he put two and two together, he roofied her, probably did some stuff to her that wasn't consensual. So you knew your friend did that and you stayed friends with him, you stayed complicit, and so you were also therefore a terrible person. So all these people dying, are we sad about it? No. Was it good to watch? To me, yes. Do I love this movie? Yes. Will I watch this again? Yes. Are you going to watch this movie again? Yes. Are you going to follow me? Yes. Are you going to like? Are you going to comment? Yes. And thank you guys for watching this recap.